Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to build a stock price visualization tool in Python using real-time market data. If you are a trader, investor, or just a Python enthusiast, this tutorial is for you. So we will fetch stock prices from Alpha Vantage API, process the data and create stunning visualizations. So let's dive right in. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more coding tutorials. So first thing first, let's install the required Python libraries. So for this, we will use the request. So I already installed. If you don't have the request library, then use this command pip install requests. So simply I am importing the libraries. So import requests and import JSON. Import JSON. Now after this here we declare the variable with the name API key. So which is equal to your API key. Okay, so the question is that from where you get the API key. So simply go to this website alphavantage.co, click on the get free API key, select whatever you want. If you are a student, select this, then enter the organization and email and simply hit the button, so you will get the API key here. So copy that API key and place it here. So here I mentioned my own API key. Okay, now after this base URL, so which is equal to we get or we write it manually https forward slash www dot alpha vantage dot co slash query. Okay, now after this create a function with the name fetch stock data and argument is symbol. Okay, so after this here we use the parameters, so use the parenthesis. Okay, so the first one is a function and time series daily. Okay, now after this symbol, so here we use the also use symbol, and the third one is API key. So here for API key use API underscore key. Okay, now after this we use response equal to requests dot get. So here we use the base URL and params equal to params. Okay, now after this data equal to response dot JSON. Okay, now after this print, so JSON dot dumps data indent equal to 4, and after this return data. So this function sends a request to the API, retrieves stock prices and print the response. So you can sign up for a free API key at Alpha Vantage's alphavantage.co. So this is the website. Okay, now after this here we use to call the function. So fetch stock data and APPL. Okay, let's test it with the Apple stock. If everything works, you should see the stock price data in JSON format. So run this cell. Error message: the parameter API key is invalid or missing. Please claim your free API key. Okay, let's try again. So I am select the education. This. Okay, so this is the API key. So I will place it here. Save. Sorry. Again run this script. Okay, the parameter API key is invalid or missing. Okay, so there is no underscore. Now run. Invalid API call. Please try to visit for time series daily. Okay, so there is also a spelling mistake with the symbol. Okay, now again run. Okay, so fetch stock data. Okay, so there is also an error with the stock. Okay, so here you can see the response from the website. Okay, now after this, we declare we define another function with the name process stock data. So define process stock data. So the argument is data. Okay, now after this, here we use the try and exception. So time data set, sorry, time series equal to data. So here we use the time series daily. Okay, now after this dates equal to this. Now closing underscore price equal to this. It's a prices. Okay, now after this here we use the for loop. So for date. Now after this values in sorted. So time underscore series dot items. Okay, now after this dates dot append date time. Okay, so here if we use the date time, then import date time library as well. Okay, so date time dot strip time. So it will get the argument. So the first one is data and the second one is format. So for this we use the percent sign y minus again percent sign, then month minus again percent sign, then d. Okay, now after this here we use closing prices dot append. Okay, it will get the argument with the float. So values. So now here we use the 4 dot close. Now after this we use return dates closing prices. Okay, so after this except, here we use the key error. So after this print error invalid data format and return none and none. So now we need to extract the closing prices from this data. So this function loops through each date, retrieves the closing prices and stores them in list of easy plotting. So after this here we use so data equal to fetch stock data. So the stock data is apple stock. Okay, now after this dates comma prices equal to process underscore stock data and the argument is data. Now print dates. So here we use the slicing. So 5. Now after prices 5. So it will show the first 5 values. Now let's test our function. If everything is correct, you should see the first few dates and their corresponding stock prices. So here you can see the stock prices. Okay, now we create another function with the name plot stock prices. So define plot stock prices and here we use the dates, prices and symbol. Okay, now after this we use the if condition. If not dates or not prices. So print a message, no valid stock data to plot, and return. Okay, now after this here we use the plt dot. Okay, so if we use the plt, so it is necessary to import the matplotlib library as well. So import matplotlib dot py plot as plt. Okay, so here we use the plt dot figure, and the argument is what should be the figure size. So it is 10 into 6. Okay, now after this plt dot plot dates, prices, and marker equal to this. After this line style, so which is equal to this minus. Okay, now color is blue. Okay, now what should be the title of the chart? So here we use the formatted string. So stock price trend for symbol. Okay, now after this what should be on the x label? So on the x label is date. What should be on the y label? So on the y label is the closing price, which is in USD. So here we use the USD. Okay, now after this plt dot x ticks. So for this we use a rotation equal to 45. Okay, now after this plt dot grid, which is true. Now plt dot tight layout, and the last one is plt dot show. Now for the fun part, which is a visualization. So this function takes our process data and plot align graph, show the process data and plots align graph showing the stock price trends over time. So call the function. So plot underscore stock prices, use the dates, prices, and stock name. Let's run it and see the result. Okay, and there you go, a beautiful stock price trend chart for Apple. You can change the stock symbol to visualize data for any company. And that's it for today's video. Now you know how to fetch, process, and visualize stock market data using Python. If you found this useful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below which stock you are analyzing next. See you in the next tutorial. Happy coding!